this? And what's in his hand? Jack and his magic beans! What? Magic beans? Once there was a boy named Jack. He lived with his mother, but they were very poor. They struggled hard to make a decent living. One day, Jack's mother was very ill, and they had no money to pay for her medicines. All they had was their pet cow, with no other means. Jack set out to the market to sell their cow to buy his mother's medicine. But on his way, he met a strange old man. "You seem to be a good boy. Sell this cow to me and take these magic beans." "Magic beans?" "Yes, they can fetch you a fortune." Jack thought a while, and trusting the old man, Jack sold his cow in exchange for the magic beans. But his mother was quite upset. "Oh no! We lost our cow! Someone has cheated you, Jack! These beans are worthless!" Saying so, she threw the magic beans out in the garden. "Sorry, Mother. I just wanted to help you." But what? That night, the magic beans sprouted and grew taller and taller into a never-ending beanstalk reaching the clouds and into the sky. Early next morning, Jack could not believe what he saw. He was surprised to find the tallest beanstalk in the world. "I am dreaming?" Being curious, Jack quickly climbed up the beanstalk. As he climbed up, he met a fairy. "Keep climbing, Jack!" He finally reached a big cloud on the top. He saw a big castle of an evil giant who had amassed wealth by robbing the poor. As Jack peeped into the castle, he saw a huge giant sitting on his table with a beautiful hen. "So this is the evil giant who torments the poor in nearby villages?" "Quick, give me my golden eggs or I will eat you up." Jack was surprised to see that the hen was no ordinary one. It laid a golden egg. "Fee-fi-fo-fum. Do I smell human?" Sensing danger, Jack hid himself safely. "Nah, it can't be real, for no human can ever come here." Later, after a sumptuous meal, the giant was fast asleep. Then Jack quickly took the hen from the table and swiftly climbed down the beanstalk. Next day, Jack climbed up the beanstalk again and watched closely on the giant. Today, the giant sat with his golden harp. Jack was surprised to see that the harp played melodious tunes all by itself on its golden strings. Just then, "Fee-fi-fo-fum. Do I smell a human?" Sensing danger, Jack hid himself safely. "Nah, it can't be real, for no human can ever come here." Soon, the harp's melodious tunes put the giant to sleep. Jack quickly took the golden harp and ran towards the beanstalk as fast as he could. But the golden harp was terrified and started to cry and shout. "Wait! Wait! Where are you taking me? The giant will break me into pieces!" The noise woke up the giant. On finding the harp missing, he soon chased Jack. "Wait till I catch you both." But Jack swiftly climbed down the beanstalk and soon reached down. Yet as the giant was speeding down the beanstalk, With no other way out, Jack swiftly cut the beanstalk from the bottom with an axe. No! And that was the end of the evil giant forever. With the newly found fortunes, Jack was never poor again. Jack not only became wealthy, but he also helped the poor and needy ones. Jack and his mother lived happily ever after. Jack was very brave. Yes, he helped others too. Just like generous Jack, hope you will share your new toy with me. Such a melodious tune. Yes, he is the Pied Piper, playing his pipe. Even rats and children dance to his tune. Really? Is it true? Once there was a beautiful town called Hamelin. However, soon things were about to change. The people of Hamelin had grown lazy and careless. They neglected the cleanliness of the town. There was dirt and garbage strewn all around. Soon this dirt and garbage attracted an army of rats. The rats grew in numbers every day, and the town was infested with rats and diseases. To deal with this menace, the mayor of the town announced a hefty prize money of 10,000 gold coins to anyone who could help them get rid of the rats. Finally, a young piper named the Pied Piper came forward.
I assure you, there will not be even a single rat left in Hamelin.
Soon the Pied Piper started to play a strange tune from his pipe. To everyone's surprise, all the rats, the fat ones, the thin ones, the young, the old, the black, and the brown, poured out from all directions and started following the Pied Piper. The Pied Piper walked through the town and took them out of the town towards the river. He then climbed into a boat and led them into the river. All the rats jumped into the river one by one and drowned. The people of Hamelin finally cheered the end of the rat menace, but they soon forgot the promise made to the Pied Piper. However, when the Pied Piper demanded his lawful prize of 10,000 gold coins, the mayor went back on his promise.
Your work wasn't worth the money. Now take these few coins and get going.
The Pied Piper was angry on being deceived by the people of the town.
Then let me show you the real worth of my work.
The Pied Piper started to play a melodious tune. And soon all the children of the town were mesmerized. They danced and ran about their houses, parks, and schools to follow the Pied Piper. In no time at all, the children of Hamelin were led by the Pied Piper out of the town, then into the woods and far away. The Pied Piper hid all the children safely in a cave. Soon, the people of the town realized that their children were missing. The town was all empty and boring without any children. Finally, the people of the town realized how mean and thankless they had been to the good Pied Piper who had saved them from the rat menace. The mayor apologized to the Pied Piper and requested him to get back their children.
We are sorry.
The Pied Piper soon played a good tune again. In no time, he got all the children back to the town of Hamelin. Soon, not only laughter and cheer was back in the town of Hamlin, but also the people took care to keep the town clean and tidy. The people of Hamlin had learnt two great lessons: that the children were their greatest wealth, and that it's important to keep your surroundings clean and tidy. It was such a good story, Ninu. Yes, indeed! One of my favorites! It's simple. A boy and a girl. It's Hansel and Gretel, the brave sibling stories. Let's see their story. Once there lived a poor woodcutter, a widower, with his little children, Hansel, his son, and Gretel, his daughter. The little children had no mother to love and care for them. So, the woodcutter remarried, thinking that his new wife would look after his children in his absence. But their stepmom was a heartless and evil woman. She was not very fond of the children. One day, the woodcutter left for work, leaving the children under their stepmom's care, and she thought loudly, "It's such a burden to look after these children. Let me abandon them in the forest tomorrow." Meanwhile, Hansel had overheard her evil plans. "Looks like our stepmom is not very fond of us. Will she really leave us in the forest?" With a plan in mind, Hansel quickly collected some shiny stones lying around the house and went to sleep. Early next morning, the stepmom woke up the children. "Your father is away, so let me take you both to the woods to pick some berries." Hearing this, Gretel was excited, but Hansel knew something was fishy. As they walked through the woods, Hansel was clever to drop the shiny stones he had collected, one by one behind their path. When they reached the middle of the woods, "Wait here for me, I will be back soon." Saying so, the stepmom vanished into the woods, abandoning the poor children. Soon it was dark. Hansel and Gretel were terrified. "Don't cry, Gretel. Look, these shiny pebbles will lead us home." Hansel and Gretel led themselves home, following the shiny stones lit by the moonlight. And soon they were home.
Children, where were you? We were so worried.
And the stepmom pretended, "I lost them in the woods. Thank God they are back." But the stepmom was determined to get rid of the children somehow. She took Hansel and Gretel again to the forest by lying to them. "Your father is waiting for us in the woods. Hurry, let's go." This time, Hansel had no time to pick any shiny stones. But Gretel had carried a big loaf of bread with her. Like Hansel, Gretel dropped crumbs of bread behind their path through the woods. As they reached deep into the woods, the stepmom abandoned the children, saying, "Let me find your father. You both stay here." It was going to be dark soon. "Mother has abandoned us again. Let's look for the breadcrumbs I have dropped." Hansel and Gretel tried to find their way back home following the breadcrumbs. But they had run out of luck. The breadcrumbs were eaten away by the birds. Now, sad and hungry, they walked together in the woods. After some time, they were surprised to find a beautiful house made of yummy sweets, candies, cakes, and chocolates. "Ah, it's a cake house!" The hungry children started to feast on the yummy treats. Just then, an old woman peeked out of the door and invited them in. "Oh, dear ones, why don't you come in for a hot meal with me? It's cold out here. But what? The old woman was really an evil witch. Soon, she locked poor Hansel in a cage and forced little Gretel to do all the household chores. Early morning, the witch started to boil water in a big cauldron. She muttered to herself loudly, "I am so hungry. Soon I will boil and eat these children." But Gretel had overheard the witch. Wasting no time, she quickly pushed the witch into the boiling pot and ran to rescue Hansel. Gretel soon freed Hansel from the cage. The children quickly collected some gold coins from the witch's house and ran out of the house. Hansel and Gretel wandered in the woods and were just lucky enough to find their father cutting wood nearby.
Children, I was so worried. Thank God I found you.
Daddy, I was so scared! As they walked home, Hansel and Gretel told their father of all the misdeeds of their stepmom, abandoning them in the woods, and how they had escaped from the evil witch. The cruel stepmom was soon out of their lives. Thereafter, Hansel and Gretel lived very happily with their father as one happy family. Bravo! But I was so scared of that evil witch in the story. Yes, me too!